Welcome back to Warzone Workshop. Today I got a very special unboxing to do from the Ukraine from a company called Ballistica. They sent out a box, but I'm a little worried about it. So I'm going to open it from a distance with a PKM and another PKM. Just, it's always better to use two PKMs. So I'm just going to open it with two PKMs just to be safe. Storm's coming. I don't know what happened. The box just burst into flames. Good thing I opened it from a distance. Whoa, wait a minute. What? What in the world? Storm's coming up. I better grab this and just run. Now that we're back in the studio, let's take a look at what was inside that cauldron. That was kind of weird. And then a thunderstorm started. I'm glad I opened the box from a distance. Yeah, that was strange. Maybe the stuff is made by witches. Let's take a look at it and check out the build quality, comfort, ease of use, modularity, all of those things. Who knows? Maybe witches make good stuff. So, for this, I already have the battle belt set up the way I plan on running it. This is, of course, in MM14 Ukraine digital camo. I'm going to be running 3 AK mags down here. I got to get more mag pulls because I like running them on my AK mags. And I push them all the way down flush so that you just get that rubber to pull up on. Then over here, right now, I got 2 Makarov magazines inside the tan mag pouches because I figured I'd go ahead and keep using those because they're fantastic, and I haven't gotten any in MM14, but I need to. I need to pick them up, especially since now I know how good MM14 looks. I mean, look at that. That is fantastic. It looks identical on screen as it is in person. I was a little worried, to be honest. I didn't know if I was going to like it. Go ahead and throw this on. Now, the material on the inside is this honeycomb type fabric. And it just stays on. Yeah. It stays right where you put it. And of course you can adjust it, make it tighter, make it looser. Yeah, that's good. So I can run my Makarov Pop that magazine out. I got my dump pouch back here. Go ahead and take that and pop that open. Dump my Makarov magazine in there. Of course, I'm going to need to grab another one. I'm not used to running a Makarov. But that's why you got to use different guns every now and then. You gotta get used to their manual of arms and how they work, how they function. This one's made by WeTech. It also has a suppressor with its own inner barrel that is also threaded for covert actions. Decocker. Wonderful, wonderful little sidearm. I need to get a holster for this thing. And the holster, of course, would go right there. I probably wouldn't run the suppressor on it. I would have the holster there. And then reloads nice and quick. When I have magazines on the opposite, on my right side, I have them bullets facing to the rear, so that when I draw them up and I turn my hand, they go right in. It's just something you gotta practice. Whenever you take the magazine out, the way that you would motion it to go into the pouch, that's the way you want it to come out of the pouch, so that it goes in. Put that to the side. Let's go ahead and get the main plate carrier on. Now this is the Warrior belt. The plate carrier that I have is also an MM14 Ukraine digital camo, and it is the M3 Pro. Now I have it right here, set up the way I want it. I keep it folded like this so that I can have it flat on the table in front of me, and I can pick up the back part of it, throw it right over, and then I can take the two side panels, pull them to the front, and they clip into these. You just grab a hold of it, slip it in, and then you got your plate carrier on. Of course, MM14 digital camo. I have the Ukraine coat of arms up here. Went ahead and added that on because it's appropriate. And then over here I have medical. Nothing directly behind this so that I can get to the cord. You just pull forward and then down or up, and it comes right out. And of course you can grab hold of it and slap it back in. And like I said, you can pull up on it. It's really easy to take the plate carrier off, and then it's also really easy to put it on. The M3 Pro, that feature by itself is what makes this plate carrier so worth it. That is the best feature, in my opinion. Now, of course, I got their Ballistica mag pouches for my AK mags, because I plan on running it this AK. This is an LCT AK. It's an LCT AMD 65M, or whatever LCT calls it. Here it is, right here. I plan on running this. I went ahead and had some fins welded onto the back of the receiver to put a PKP stock on the back of it, or PKM stock on the back of it. And right here is a tiny little rail segment. It's temporary. It's gonna be so I can put my an angled mount on it for a GoPro for filming video during game. And then I'll take it off if I don't need to be filming. But yeah, that's how I plan on running my AK. And it's probably the best AMD 65M out there. It's got a Troy handguard. I love it. LCT, fantastic products. Speaking of fantastic products, Ballistica. This thing is fantastic. It's comfortable. It has a built-in backpack that I put my hydro in so that I can have my water. Right here I have an MN14 digital camo, my radio pouch, so that I can have my communication. That goes right here. All the pouches are so freaking good. And then of course the medical pouch back here, if I need to open it, the buckle clip has a pull string on it for opening immediately. And then right here is a pull tab for pulling the medical kit right off. And then that would have all your emergency trauma stuff for stopping the bleed or whatever you need to do. Now another cool feature that it has is there's the tab back here, and if you want to take this thing off, this is the easiest thing to remove. You literally just pull the tab and it's off. And you can take the whole med kit right off just like that. And then now there's nothing there. Really, really fascinating design. I love these things. These are cool. Everything should use this or something similar, because it makes it so easy to just take something off and then you just put it somewhere else, move it around. Modularity, everything. Now of course I still have 3 of their rifle mag pouches in coyote or tan, whichever you prefer, faded desert earth or whatever color you call it. I call it tan. They're ballistica pouches. And in case you haven't seen what these can do, I'm going to show you again. Using the ones that are already on my chest. So, AK mags, duh. Of course they can fit AK mags. 5.56 P mags. Yeah, that's a gas mag, WeTech. AK mags with stuff added onto them, like this. Yeah. 300 Blackout Subsonic. It's a WeTech gas mag. Yeah. No problem. PDW mags, WeTech. Yeah, no problem. Of course. Scar Heavy, WeTech 308. Yeah, no problem. It holds them nice and secure. Once you get those lips in, boom, it just goes in. And then of course, the pull, smooth, clean. With gas mags, make sure you get the lips into it, and it'll just open up and then close up and swallow it. Wonderful. A wonderful design. And with them being so flush together, you can put them next to each other and they will expand out. Even if there's an expanded magazine next to it, you can still get them to fit, because they're the walls are so thin, unlike some of the other designs that are similar to it. The way they did it is just so simple. It's genius. It really is. It just really is. So freaking good. Of course, I'm going to be running AKs. They're just so freaking good. A couple more things to talk about in this video before I bring it to a close. So, the materials that they chose for the M3 Pro, everything has so much thought and careful planning put into it. But so much so that this is actually the prototype for the M3 Pro. They went with a totally different design for the attaching system, and it had these buckles. on the prototype. Like, I've never seen buckles like that. Like this, yeah, that's a buckle. But this, they're flat. That I like it. I mean, I'm glad they went with this. This is so good. But it looks like they were planning on doing that anyway. But these buckles, these are really cool. And they're not on it now. So I'm guessing that was just... These buckles are... They're cool looking. But obviously, they went a different way. And it worked out fantastic. But this is going to be in a video coming up soon. I'm going to be putting a piece of AR-500 steel body armor in it. And the same that I'm running right now in the front and back. And me and a friend of mine are going to be lighting it up like a Taliban wedding. And it's going to be fun. And we're going to be firing 308, 300 blackout, some 7.62 by 39, a bunch of 5.56, some 9mm, probably some 45. And there's a point to all this. Material holding it together, this material, the name of which is right here. I wanted to know how it would hold up to SPAL, which is the fragmentation that comes off from a bullet striking hard plate armor inside it, like AR-500 steel. So I have some no SPAL coat AR-500, and this is going to absorb the SPAL, hopefully. And I just want to know how much trauma could be expected from a compromised plate not having any SPAL protection. If multiple rounds strike it, will the fragmentation from the SPAL be damaging to the lower throat and chin area, or your arms and whatever's out in front of the plate? I just thought it'd be fun, and I was like, if y'all have any like misprinting or like things that aren't quite perfect, I don't want to shoot something that's good to go, ready to sell. But they were like, no, we'll just send you a prototype. So they sent me the prototype, and this is their OD green. Just in case you were wondering, I'm assuming that the material, since this is the finalized material, will look exactly the same if you picked this color. So yeah, matches up to this 511 shirt pretty well, actually. Yeah, that would have looked good, but the MM14 is just so freaking good. Very modern looking. This would have been a more older, but definitely very, very useful look. And of course it has that, just like this one does. That's what's on the inside of it. So you can see that. So air flows through. So I got no sweat and build up on my chest at all. I have a very hairy chest, just so you know. And no sweat build up. In fact, I'm doing all the editing for this video in the art studio while wearing the plate carrier and the warrior belt, the whole setup. I'm wearing it all while I do all the editing for the video, just to show how comfortable it is, even with body armor in it. This stuff is fantastic, and if it's made by witches, well, then it's made by some damn fine witches, and they should be proud of themselves because they're doing a fantastic job. So, if you want to see this thing get lit up like an Afghani wedding, stay tuned. Now, this. When you shoulder your weapon, you want to be able to look straight down your sights without anything throwing the back of your weapon off. Unfortunately, with my old plate carrier, these were thick because it was just a bunch of material padding it up to make it more comfortable, and it didn't. slimming it down and using the materials that they used, like this right here, this material here, which is this material keeps your stock from slipping off your shoulder. It's freaking awesome. You can shoulder the weapon, and even during recoil, it'll stay right where it's supposed to. Oh my goodness. So much planning went into this plate carrier. This is something I'm going to be doing a review on soon. This is a Retech L85. And, oh my gosh, no matter what, you hold it up to your shoulder, aim down sights, and it just tucks right in. The plate carrier works for anything. So if you're going to run this would take standard magazines. I would take that out, and I'd be able to run this. It's as simple as that. It can run whatever gun you're going to use. This is probably the polar opposite from running an AK. Would be running a Bullpup L85. So, I'm going to head out and just have a fun time. I'll see you guys next time in the war zone. Bye.